How you doing? It's Sandesh here. And so yeah, trailer two for Grand Theft Auto 6, and obviously it looks far better. Obviously, it was all cutscenes. I'm going to get into about the some of the characters on which they revealed. Rockstar did, about who they are and their motivations. But then I'll go into what I thought about the trailer. Here we go. The first up is Jason Duval, who Rockstar reveals spent his youth surrounded by grifters and crooks. He had a stint in the army and then returned to the Keys to work for local drug runners, but is eager to try his hand at something new. His meeting with Lucia, I think that's what her name is, could be the best or worst thing to ever happen to him. Speaking of which, Lucia spent time in Leonda penitentiary after fighting in support of her family, and and since release has only one thing on her mind: seeking the good life that her mother craved. Meeting Jason could be her ticket to achieving those goals. Elsewhere, Rockstar introduces us to Cal Hampton, a friend of Jason and associate of Brian. He loves his beer while spying on the Coast Guard, and is something of a paranoid conspiracy theorist. Meanwhile, Booby Ike is described as a Vice City legend and has grown his businesses to include real estate. Oh, by the way, I just want to say something of a conspiracy theorists. Conspiracy theories no longer exist. Conspiracy theorists, in my opinion, are the ones who predicted stuff probably 5 to 10 years ago, and they ended up becoming true. And obviously there's a sector of people that just want to look at them as nutcases when obviously they're not. Anyway, moving on. Bob Ike is described as a Vice City, well, Booby Ike, excuse me, is described as a Vice City legend and has grown his businesses to include real estate, a strip club, and recording studio. He's teamed up with aspiring music mogul Dre Kwan in hopes of scoring a hit with only Raw Records. As for Dre Kwan, he started out making ends meet by dealing on the street, passed into never really passed into gangster territory. He was always a hustler. Ever since having since broke into the music world, excuse me, and signed the Real Dimes, he now has his sights set firmly on the Vice City scene. Also a key figure in GTA 6 is Raul Batista, a seasoned bank robber who radiates confidence, charm, and cunning. He's always on the lookout for new talent and is prepared to take risks to bring home the biggest rewards. He can be somewhat reckless, however, meaning his crew will have to face the music and either pull their chips from the table or double down. There's more characters to meet over on Rockstar's official GTA 6 website, so be sure to check it out. Okay, the game is slated to come out in May the 26th, next year. PS5 and Xbox Series consoles. All right, so the trailer. I'll tell you this now. It looked far better the game does, and people were saying that how comes they didn't show any gameplay yet? The fact that they um, delayed the game to an entire year, it was actually a good thing not to show gameplay now. It's best to show gameplay moving closer to release date. It's best to do it then. Now it's just far too early, and also the one thing I liked about the choice of music in the trailer, I liked the fact that it picked 80s music and it didn't pick and it never picked and it didn't use modern hip hop music, or modern music in general. I'm pleasantly surprised that they used 80s music, and I didn't think Rockstar would have done that. Um, anyway, And people were saying that, they hope that GTA 6 is going to have single player DLC like how GTA 4 had. I'll tell you this now, that is not going to happen. Since Take Two had all that made all that money with GTA Online, and they're still making all that money on GTA Online, they're gonna want the same thing for GTA 6. So you could blame Take Two for that. It's not Rockstar, because don't forget Take Two owns Rockstar, so it'll be their call, and it's gonna. And it's obvious that GTA 6 is not going to have single player DLC, even though it's going to be absolutely gigantic. But I would love to play, I would love to have some single player DLC on there. I honestly think it's a long time coming. It's overdue, but it's just not going to happen. Take Two won't allow for that to happen. Anyway, and I'm really, by the way, I'm really still shocked that. Oh, and another thing in the trailer, the one thing I'm shocked about in the trailer when it said PS5, they showed the game running on a standard PS5, not on a PS5 Pro. That is such a shock, because since Sony has marketing rights, you would have thought that Sony would have been pushing the PS5 Pro, because they're always pushing the PS5 Pro. So it would make sense to push the PS5 Pro for GTA 6 and say, look how good it looks on the PS5 Pro. It makes sense, because let's be honest, the PS5 Pro was sort of made because they want GTA 6 for the PS5 Pro. So it's really head scratching on why they picked the standard PS5 onto for the trailer, to show that on the trailer running on a standard PS5 hardware. Very shocked, but yeah, that's it. That's what I thought about the trailer. It did look a lot better. I definitely will play this, but I'm gonna play this when it's discounted. Honestly, I'm gonna honestly play this when it's probably like £40, £30 around that mark, honestly, because I don't play PS5 games on day and date. I never do any. I stopped those days. I stopped doing for years. I don't do that no more. Anyway, thanks for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And if you could follow me on X, Rumble, and if you could donate to me on Patreon and Coffee as well, if you don't mind, please. And let me know in the comments of what you thought about GTA 6, and if you're interested in GTA 6, do you like GTA in general? Let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.